Hey guys, welcome back with another video. Today I want to talk about WWE music, because in my view, the themes are starting to get good again, and they're not as iconic as the Attitude Era. Comparing it to the Attitude Era is a bit unfair on the current product, because it isn't the Attitude Era. And I know people are like, oh, when it goes to Netflix, it's going to be the Attitude Era again. It's like, there will never be another Attitude Era. You can't get away with some of the stuff the Attitude Era did. But it's probably as close as we're going to come to the Attitude Era. I mean, in terms of the themes, we have some iconic themes happening now, like Roman Reigns' theme, obviously, the Tribal Chief. He had a very iconic theme when he wasn't using the Shield theme, after he moved on from the Shield and that whole thing. When he actually got his own character, Head of the Table, he had that cool, like, Head of the Table theme, and, like, even at WrestleMania 40, they had that full orchestra thing. When Roman comes back, they need to use that WrestleMania 40 theme and have that produced and have him, like, the next level Roman, like, God mode, you know? Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, has a really good theme, and you see the crowd really getting into it with the Day One, It's Just Me use. Like, people are getting into those themes. LA Knight, yeah. Like, he's got a really good theme. Like, as soon as that hits, you know, LA Knight, and it's like, wrestling themes are becoming iconic again. And it's come after a long time of just stale, phoned in thing. Rhea Ripley's been using brutality for ages, but it's been like, it's got to that next level now, and it feels like an iconic, like each time brutality hits, you're just like, oh yeah, Rhea, here comes Rhea. And I'll always back Rhea because she's Australian, like she's awesome. So is Buddy Murphy, but he's in AEW. That's her husband. They've recently married. Congratulations, guys. But you know, wrestling themes are something that will make the show better. And it's great that we're starting to see this real investment from WWE in getting those iconic themes again and making them part of the show. And yes, we don't have the Titantron back, so Triple H is very big on get rid of all that screen. We want to see the fans behind there, which is kind of good, but I was a fan of the Titantron where you'd have the big screen with the videos playing. It made it seem like a production. And hey, we're not in 1999 anymore, I get it. But yeah, there's part of me that's like, oh, just bring back the Titantron. The 2003 Tron with the big Raw logo, like, that was iconic. But we're not in 2003 anymore. I get it. So, yeah, wrestling themes for me are very important. Like, we have some of the iconic themes of all time. The Undertaker's gong, you hit one note of that, people know Undertaker. And I've seen the Taco Bell stuff on the internet. I've seen the Taco Bell memes. So you don't need to mention that to me. I mean, we have Triple H's obviously iconic, Time to Play the Game, Motorhead, like, you know, very iconic theme. You have the glass shattering, you know, you hear glass shattering now and people are like, oh, Stone Cold, and it's like, yeah, but it's just glass shattering. It's like, it's not even the theme. It's like, people associate glass shattering with Stone Cold. That's how iconic it is. The Rock's many themes are iconic. I mean, he's got that many iconic themes, but look at back in the day how almost every theme was iconic. We're still trying to get to that point where every theme is iconic. Obviously, Bray Wyatt's theme was iconic when he was alive. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. But, you know, I'm kind of interested in what's happening with the Wyatt Six. Like, they are doing some good stuff, and they have a pretty decent, like, theme that, you know, when you see all that happening, it's like, yeah, here come the Wyatt Six. Like, this is... I don't know how they actually do it, but I think Bo Dallas wins a world title in the next year or two. I think this character has reinvigorated that space, and yes, they're doing it with Bray Wyatt now absent from that whole thing, and it's very sad that we lost Bray Wyatt and also Brody Lee. But, you know, Eric Rowan is still around, and I mean, if they can put Braun Strowman in there, I guess use Braun Strowman, but I don't really see how Braun Strowman benefits from being in that faction. I think Eric Rowan has potential of gaining from that. All of them have potential, but, you know, with wrestling themes, it is becoming iconic again. It is becoming something where it's like, yeah, when it hits, this is something that you want to see. Like Drew McIntyre, like, he's got a pretty decent one. I mean, it's not Broken Dreams. I mean, it should be Broken Dreams at some point again, but he used it once when he did the first world title match against Roman. He had Broken Dreams in what was it, Clash at the Castle? It was, where was it? I've got it on DVD here somewhere, Clash at the Castle. But yeah, I know he used it at that, so He has used Broken Dreams in recent years. Great theme, but you know, he's still iconic, the recent one, but it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same. I mean, CM Punk's used Cult of Personality forever, but I'd like to see him go back to This Fire Burns, you know, Kill Switch Engage. I'd like to see him use that once or twice here and there. Like, going back to the old themes isn't too bad, but I know there will be wrestling fans who say, but CM Punk used Cult of Personality as back as Ring of Honor. Like, I get it. I know he's used it for a very long time. It's still nice to have throwbacks. I'd like to see Randy Orton go back to Burning My Light. Like, that's one of the most iconic themes of all time. And yes, Voices is pretty iconic as well, but Burning My Light is like the Randy Orton theme. Like, that's the version of Randy Orton where I got into him and I was like, yeah, Randy's like coming out with the pyro behind him, with all the rain pyro behind him, and like, it actually worked. But we're getting to that point now where we really are starting to see iconic wrestling themes emerge again, and the investment in these wrestling iconic themes. And I think Triple H gets it, because obviously Triple H, running creative now, he understands that, you know, the theme is as important. Imagine if Triple H came down to some generic, boring song, and yes, it could work, but when you hear Time to Play the Game, Motorhead, Lemmy screaming out Time to Play the Game, you know you're seeing Triple H. So it's good to see an investment in themes again. Whether it's long-term and for everyone, we don't know yet. We're still seeing the early signs of it. But it's good to see something that's memorable, at least. I mean, Jey Uso, my gosh, like, day one, it's just me. If Jey Uso does not win a Intercontinental title or US title in the next 6 months to a year, it'll be a big travesty from WWE Creative, from Triple H. Give Jey Uso a title, let him come through the crowd with a title. It might not be the world title right now, but set up the template, you know? And you could see him coming through the crowd, day one, it's just me, and he could hold the title up during one point. Imagine the crowd going berserk in that entrance. Like, it could work. But WWE have done very well, and I think it's in the right hands with Triple H. You know, after the Vince McMahon era, we didn't know what we were gonna get. We didn't think, like, is TKO gonna let Triple H do his thing? Are they gonna micromanage things? Are they gonna do like what they've done with Dana White, which is like, he's still running at Dana White to an extent, but TKO sits above that? Like, are we gonna have that? So we were very cautious about what we were gonna have post Vince. But even getting rid of Kevin Dunn off production, you've seen this big shift in the way they produce television. And staying with one camera is so much better. Like, I didn't know how much I wanted one camera till they actually started doing it. It's like when Rhea Ripley came back and they're at the ring and they've got that camera to just turn around and start running up the ramp. You don't realize how good that looks until they actually do it. And it worked. But yeah, it's good to see WWE being strong again. I want to see more investment in iconic wrestling themes. I think that's where they're heading. I think Triple H understands it. And we'll see where it goes from there. I think WWE is in good hands. And yeah, if you agree, jump down in my comments, let me know. Like, subscribe, drop a comment, and yeah, follow me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.